Hello, residents of MeepleTown. Today we are looking at Imperial Settlers Roll and Write, and I am going to jump into a game. I'm actually just going to play the first setup, just to give you an idea. I had no idea how to play this game beforehand, but I loved Imperial Settlers, so I thought, hey, let's just pick this one up and see if I like it. And it has become very addictive. I'll say that. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to roll. Now these dice determine what resources you're going to get, also how many workers you're going to get for that round. The next thing you do is you are going to select a favor token. Now these change from game to game. In this case, I'll just briefly explain them because it might not make full sense until we really get into the game. But export allows you to trade in up to 3 different resources, getting a victory point for each one. They have to be different resources. Lucky coin gives you a gold coin, which is a wild resource, and then the ally is an additional worker for that round. So I think what I will do, let's see, at the beginning of the game, having that extra ally is really helpful. Now here is the always having an extra ally is really helpful. So here's the setup. You have at the beginning, at the top of the board, you have these different settlements, these different buildings. Now what you're going to do is, I'll click on this one to show you. So the farm is the one on the top left-hand corner. And once you complete this settlement, meaning that you pay the worker, and wood, that's what that saw and lumber pile is spending a worker. So 2 workers and a wood, and you'll be able to get this special ability from then on. So then at the start of each round, I'll be gaining 1 food, okay? Now, if you notice, whoops, let me click on that again. If you notice, you have the like polyomino piece on there, the 3 that form that corner. So once I open up spaces down at the bottom, then I will be able to place that building, which will give me an additional bonus. So in this case, just by completing the settlement, I'll gain 1 food. Now, if I put that building down at the bottom part of the board, I'll then gain 2 food. And so each one of these has the additional bonus that you get for completing it. So I'll just go through what the settlements are and then kind of jump into it. This one's the tool shop, that each time you harvest, you're going to gain 1 resource of that kind. Harvest happens down at the bottom of the board, and I'll explain that in just a minute. This one is just the architects, and this is the same in every game. The shape and the amount of victory points is not the same, but when you place these out onto that harvest spot at the bottom, once those are cleared out, then you'll gain 8 victory points for each one that you put out there. And that's just a one-time bonus. All the other ones, well, not all the other ones. The other 4 on the left-hand side are ones that are kind of continually build on each other, but that one's just straight-up victory points. The settlers, if it leads 2 resource dice show the same result, then you gain an extra ally, which is really useful. And then if you place that building out at the bottom of the board, then you'll gain 2 allies instead of just 1. Then the collectors, if all resource dice show different results, you're going to gain a gold, which again is a wild resource. And then the other place to get victory points is the fortress. When you pay those resources, you're going to get those victory points. So that is it. Now at the bottom, you have the harvest board. So as you're paying these cost, you are, I may have said that wrong on this one. Excuse me, on the, I forget which one it was now, the tool shop. I said it was, I hope I said it was at the very bottom of the board. I'll explain that in a minute. So this one, the section, rectangular section in the middle with all those squares, those are resources that you pay to get victory points, but you're also opening up spots so that you can place your buildings in those locations. So that's how that works. You're basically clearing those out, but it's, costs a lot of resources and cost a lot of allies as well, especially if you look, I guess I can just kind of explain one of those. The top left-hand corner says that you're going to pay a stone, and when you pay that, you're going to get 1 victory point. Now, if you go all the way over to the other side, if you pay 5, you're going to get 4 victory points, but you're going to have to complete those in order. The wood works the same, and the next row you have to pay multiple workers to be able to place those in there. So in the first case, you're going to pay a total of 3 workers and 2 food in order to complete that one. You don't have to complete it all at the same time, but you do have to complete it to empty that square out. So I think what I'll do, it would be nice to go ahead and get some food coming in every round, and I do have, let's see, and I do have a wood. So I'm just going to clear this one out, and then I look over at the top of the screen. I do still have 2 allies and 2 wood, and so building that tool shop would be helpful. Also, getting the settlers would be very helpful to get more allies throughout the game. But I think, let's see, I think in this case what I'll do is I'll just put these 2 workers here. And now I've spent all my resources and all my allies, and that's going to be the entire turn. You're going to play through 10 rounds of this, and then that will be the end of the game. You just get your points that you have. All right, in this case, I think I would like to, be kind of nice to have another ally this turn again. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Let me go back and check. So that's the harvest one. This is the extra worker, and this one is a gold if I have different ones pulled up on there. So what I would like to do is go ahead and get this farm built out on the board, so I'll get an additional apple or complete this one down here. So might start off with doing this so I can potentially get another ally. And let's see what we want to do here. Also, I can pay a stone and a wood to gain 3 victory points. But I think what I'll do is I'm just going to pay and I'll do that one again, because you can also just pay 1 ally in that case. Now I'm left with a wood, which is, you know, not great. You want to try to use up all of your resources. You want to be as efficient as possible. That's what this game is totally about, is efficiency. All right, and I do have 4 allies. I will be getting, goodness, I think what I'll do this time, I think I will take that lucky coin this time. Might not be the most efficient way to play it, but we'll see how this works out. Okay, now I want to complete some of these spots here down at the bottom so that I can start getting things out on the board. And probably should have planned that out a little bit better, but I think that's okay. I'm starting to clear out some spaces on there. And that's when I probably should have taken another ally. I might not be showing you the most effective way of playing this game, but that's okay. That round I probably should have taken another ally again to help me out. Now I definitely will, because I only have 3 allies this time. Three workers there. And I will clear this spot out for sure. Now what happens when you put that bridge there, if you notice those little brackets to show you, once you complete those bottom 2 squares above the bridge, you complete the bridge. Now I can harvest those resources, meaning I spend a worker to click on one of those, and it's going to give me those resources. Now if you remember, for the tool shop, each time you harvest, you're going to gain 1 resource of that kind. So in this case, if I were to finish building this like that, now I can harvest and harvest 2 resources. Let's see. I think what I'll do is complete that one, so that's going to clear my space to put the building. Yeah, to put this the settler out there. So again, if 2 resource dice show the same results, I'm going to gain a worker. I would really like to have that, so I'm going to place that out there. I still have a wood, a worker, and a food. So I think I'll just complete part of that one. This probably would have been a good idea to do the export action this time, so that I could have traded those 2 resources in for 2 victory points. But as it is, I only have 6 victory points in the 5th round. Not a great start. Let's see. I think I will take another ally this time. because I did not roll 2 resource dice of the same thing, which would have been, that often happens, but it did not this time, and that would have given me 2 extra workers. But sometimes bad rolls can not be good for you in this game. Let's see what I'm going to do now. I would like to clear some more space at the top, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to clear some space up here, harvest some wood. I will... I'm going to be wasting that food, but I really would like to be able to clear a spot. But I can do that next time. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to take those points right there, completed that one, and I'll just start that next one, move on to the 6th round. And again, I did not roll 2 of the same, not giving me extra workers, which is really unfortunate because I would love to have those extra workers. But as it is, I will just take another ally. I don't often do this, by the way. It seems like I've taken an extra ally every time. Now, some games, when those bonus tokens come out, sometimes there is the obvious choice that you use pretty much throughout the entire game, but not always. That's not always the case. Let's see. I'll complete this one. I guess I can just keep going this way. I don't really want to do that because I would like to be able to... That's okay, though. All right. Now, I will be getting some more food, and food doesn't really benefit me. I was thinking about using this one again to give me an extra food at the start of the round, but that's not really going to benefit me that much. So I think here's what I'm going to do. I do like that you can do this in this game. I'm going to go back, and instead of harvesting... I do have a wood. So yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clear some spot. All right, so I did do that. I'm going to set myself up for the next round to be able to put a different building out there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to get that other building out there that's going to give me an additional worker when I roll 2 of the same resource, which in that case I did, so I finally got those extra workers, which means I'm going to take the lucky coin this time. And I will. I'm going to set that out there so that I can put another settlers building out there, which will give me an additional worker and I think help me out quite a bit. Let's see what I need to do. I can keep clearing some space here. Actually, if I do, I can put the building there. That way it's not going to waste these spots at the bottom, so that potentially I can get one of the architects building out and get some victory points going. I do have food left, so I'll go there. I will go ahead and clear this spot out. And I do need some wood to be able to start clearing those spots out as well. So that's going to be all of my resources. I'll put that out there to hopefully give myself another worker. If I roll the same thing, which I did, and that is helpful, especially because I only rolled 3 workers that time. I'm going to take the lucky coin since I'll get an additional 3 workers anyway, and just keep plugging away. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to keep plugging away at these spots and take some more wood so that I can finish that one. That's going to allow me to put that architect's building out there. So now I've got this little engine going where I am able to start plugging away. And I could, or let me redo that. Actually, I think, no, I don't have any. Yeah, I'll do that. And then put this architect building out there to give me some victory points. Yep, I'm good with that. And go on to the 9th round. I'm starting to get some more points. I'm still not going to be breaking any records or anything here. It's not going to be amazing. Again, I'll stick with the I could go with the export this time. Now this is more helpful, but I am getting more resources, but this allows you to again trade up to 3 for the victory points. Although getting the lucky coin is helpful still as I'm trying to clear out some of these spots. What do I need to do? I've got this spot that I can clear out. Or, actually, let me go back. I'm going to do this. Then harvest some of that stone. Harvest some of that wood. And take out that spot so that I'm able to harvest a little bit more. And let's see. I think what I'll do is, again, clear out one of those 2 spots. So now I've got 3. I can complete that. I'll throw this down here. And then I'll play through the last round. Not doing awful now. I mean, I'm still not, probably crushing it, but that's okay. Oh, no, that's exactly what I did not need. That was a awful, awful roll. I don't need any food anymore. I was going to take the export if I had a better roll, because I don't need any of that food, and I'm for sure going to be left over with some of that, or probably all of it at the end of the round. That was a bad, bad roll. I'm just going to take this and take another one of those. Got one. Yeah, let's take that. And unfortunately, what I need to do is be able to clear out that one last wood spot, but because I had such a bad roll and I can't get to it, I don't believe. I'm pretty much stuck there, which is unfortunate. I needed just one more wood to get out to put that building out, and I actually would have had a really good score had that been the case. But because I had a poor roll, which again happens sometimes in this game, that's just the way it happens. So that's pretty much, I think, all that I can do on this one. I can just clear that out, but that does me no good. It doesn't give me any points. So that will be the end of the game, and that is Imperial Settlers Roll and Write. So what... I do have another blueprint, but I can't... The only one that's going to really help me is this Architects one, which I can't get out there to give me victory points. So I'm just going to end the game. And that one is going to give me 72 points and some of those crowns, which are used. Let me go back out to the menu and show you that. So you use those crowns to open up some of those new spots. So this one, to unlock this one, it costs 9. To unlock Rome, 1. And there are, a lot of different things going on in this game. I don't know if there's more beyond this screen for ones that are unlocked. It doesn't look like there are. But as they unlock more, there's a lot of replayability in this game. I'll go ahead and say, so when I played this game, I didn't really care for it the first time or two. I was like, oh, this is just like rolling dice and doing stuff. But then I started to get the feels of That's Pretty Clever, Ganz schön clever, the other, roll and write game. It gave me some of those feelings where you have to be super efficient with the things that you're given, and you're just trying to beat your higher scores from the last game. I've really, really enjoyed this one. It's become super addictive. I really recommend it. But again, you might play it the first time or two and think, oh, this is just too simple. And I don't think that that's fully the case. Now, it can be frustrating because it is dice roll. You have, the randomness that comes with those bonus tokens. So some of that can be frustrating, but I still think this game is a lot of fun. Really enjoy it. Really recommend it. And that is going to do it for this video of Imperial Settlers Roll and Write. If you want to get in touch with us, you can go to MeepleTownGames.com or reach out to us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at MeepleTown Games. You can also go to BoardGameGeek.com to the guild number 3407. Thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.
Thanks for joining us, and be sure to follow us on Twitter at MeepleTown Games, and connect with us on the MeepleTown Guild, guild number 3407, at BoardGameGeek.com, and also subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. And until next time, thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.